Okay, so thank you so much to all the yogis and the yoginis joining us today for our Live Karma Yoga Stretch and Breathe. So we'll be spending about 30 minutes of doing some movement, some of which you have asked for, and then about 10 to 15 minutes or so just to breathe and try and create a sense of centering, but also calmness. So if you have a yoga mat, please utilize it. Also, what may help would be to have maybe some cushions or pillows. And I'm going to do the class with you so that you can see what's being done. But for the moment, we're going to start in a seated position. So it might be quite nice if you have some pillows to sit on top of that. And you can sit however is comfortable. You could sit with your legs out, or you could sit cross-legged. You could even sit on a seat if that felt more comfortable for you. Okay. So when you found that seat, and feel free to shift the position if you ever need to, okay? Could you just take a breath in, reach your arms up? Plump. And then as you breathe out, just allow the hands to come down. Okay, calm, steady breath, okay? Breathing in. Go as high as you feel comfortable doing. Great, everybody. And then as you exhale, come back. Okay, one more time. Inhale and lifting up. And then as you exhale, just take the hands down. Release them wherever feels comfortable for you. Okay, and then take a breath in. Feel that you're getting long. And as you breathe out, could you drop your head over to the right side? So I will be mirroring you. Hold there for just a moment. So we have a muscle in our neck that goes from behind our ear to round about the collarbone area. It's really, really quite a stiff muscle. So could you go ahead and tilt the chin down? And so you're going to feel this stretch come across here. Now it's natural for the left shoulder to draw up because we try and protect ourselves. Can you try and relax the left shoulder down? And if you want, you could extend the hand away or clench the left fist. So you just create a little bit of resistance here, which can intensify. Some of you, eyes open or closed, you choose. Okay, from here, tilt the chin back a little bit. So you're rolling the head back and you're going to feel the stretch kind of move towards the front of this really kind of dense muscle ligament area. Invite you to open the jaw now, especially if you've got tension in the hips, Miss T. Because the jaw and the hips are energetically connected. All right, everybody, we're going to take it nice and easy now. So we're just going to breathe in and lift the head back up to neutral. Inhale. And then exhale, breathe out through the mouth. You may feel some sensation in the head area, lightheadedness or some lights flickering. That is natural. And we're just going to allow our head to drop over to the left side. So take a breath in, see if you can find that length. As you breathe out, ease over to the left. Okay. You want to be working with your breath here. So you don't want to be trying to slow it down or speed it up. Just try and allow it to be natural. And when it's natural, it becomes a little bit more calmer. And allow the chin to drop down towards the left armpit. And with that right hand, you may want to extend it out. You may feel that that doesn't need to happen. So just be aware of how it's feeling and just go to a place where you feel that it is enough to sustain and to sense. Now tilting the chin back. You may feel that stretch move a little bit further down, maybe for some of you over to the shoulder there. Try and relax the right shoulder down. Mouth might be open now. Awesome. Okay. Now please, on your next breath in, lift yourself up. Ooh. Exhale out through the mouth. Notice how that feels. And then from here, go ahead and reach your arms up again. So breathing in, lifting up. You might feel a little bit lighter now as you go. And as you breathe out, allow the hands to come back down. Lovely, everybody. Inhale, reaching up. Maybe out through the mouth. Lovely yawn there on screen. Okay, one more time. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale down. Okay, from here, take your right hand, sweep it across the body. Hook the left arm underneath. Now you could choose to create a fist or not. There's a gentle pull in with the left arm. There's a gentle resistance away with the right. So you're going to be feeling a stretch across here. And then please feel free to move the arm up or to go down. And notice how that changes things. You're also welcome if you wanted to get the head neck action back into it, just to soften the head. And this may feel, for some of you, a little bit tight to breathe. If it does, try and soften the shoulders and take some calmer breaths out through the mouth. Let's take 2 more breaths here together. Okay. Please release the hands. Still working with the right arm. Can you lift that up? Bend the elbow, and you can place your hand behind your head. For some of you, you might be able to take it a little bit further down. That might be enough. Or you can reach the opposite hand up, grab the elbow, and give a little bit of a squeeze. Yeah. And if you want to feel this a little bit more, feel free to press the skull into the back of the hand, and you press up through the spine. Notice what it feels like here. Okay. Full breath in and out. Okay, from here, release the hand down. And then we're just going to take those reach ups. So you might feel that the right hand is even lighter than the left. Inhale here. It might even feel longer. Exhale back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. All right, and again, inhale. Exhale. Nice. Good. All right, let's take opposite arm now. So the left arm can come over. You could grab here and pull back, or you could hook. So do whatever makes you feel comfortable, but where you can feel a stretch here. You could drop the head over to the other side as you wish. And breathe here. Nice of you to join. Okay. And from here, slowly come out. You can reach your arm up, left arm now. Go ahead and bend the elbow, take it behind you. And then you could support. You don't have to. Remember that this is a process of being aware and ultimately taking care. So if you feel that you are going to a place where there is a tendency to embrace an emotion more sensitively or to stifle the breathing. So we were talking about this at the start of class, that yoga is evenness. Our ability to be balanced even when experiencing sensations of pleasure and pain. So we have to create that relationship. We have to create that awareness with ourselves. Okay, slowly releasing it out. Well done, everybody. Right, let's reach the arms up now and see how both of our bodies, both sides feel. So as you breathe in, lift up. And then exhale back down. Great. Inhale, lifting up. And then exhale down. Okay, from here, if you have tight hamstrings, feel free to stay on your cushion. We're going to extend our legs out in front of us. It's fine to have a little bend in the knees, okay? If you could draw your left knee in and then press the sole of the foot. Now, if the knee doesn't come down towards the ground, you could use your pillows here. Not a problem. And from here, you could just roll the thighs away. Going to give a few options. So this is to get into lower back. It's also to open up a little bit of the hips, but in a gentle way, okay? So you could just come straight forward down the middle. That might be for some of you. Or you could twist a little bit over to the right and come down. Or you could, if you're still working in the shoulders, lift yourself up and over. So 3 choices. Down, slightly over to the left, slightly over to the right, or over to the side. 3 choices, you could do a combination of. Yeah, and if you have that arm out and you feel that you don't want it to be intrusive of the pose, again, you could just bend the left elbow and just let it rest behind the head. And then if you wanted to, G, you could press the back of the head back and notice how that stretch, that lateral stretch, comes all the way down and towards the glute area. Cool. Now know that this is your practice, so you can adjust at any time that you need to. We're going to take 3 breaths here together. So breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. One more. Well done, everybody. Okay, we're slowly going to lift ourselves up. And you choose which side you want to twist over to. Some of you may want to twist over to the right. Some of you may feel more comfortable twisting over to the left. Great. And then think or imagine that the crown of the head is reaching up towards your ceiling. So as you breathe in, there's this sense of height. And as you breathe out, you relax into that space. Some of you are wearing your shoulders as earrings. Try and relax them. There we go. Okay. Well done, everybody. Come to center. I'm going to give you 2 options, okay? So, or 3. One is fire log. So the left leg comes down. You may get the right leg out. Now, if you have a misalignment here, 2 things that you can do. You can either just cross the right leg in front, or again, you could use your pillows to kind of stack. So because you wanted to get really into your glutes, the 3rd option for you could be to bring the left knee into the center, the right into the center, so you actually do cow face pose from here. And yeah, lifting up and then coming back down is good. So again, your 3 options: stacking, crossing, or squeezing. 3 options. It's good to have a choice. Sometimes too much choice can be a problem, but if you take the time, so G, you feeling anything in your hips? You want to create a fire log. So the intention is that the left shin is going to be moving away. You see how your knees are broad? You want to try and create this square box. So move the left shin out, move the shin away from you, and then move the knee in. That's it, that's it. You're going to feel something now, and then lift the other leg up and see if you can cross the ankle over the knee. Right. So that's okay too. Notice you're feeling the sensation there, right? So what you can do is just Sukhasana pose. So just cross the leg over and you'll still feel it. Squeeze the knees in. Yeah. Have a Google it. Sukhasana, fire log, okay? Breath in. Breath out. The body keeps so many scores, but giving ourselves the opportunity to sense it, to let these subtle senses speak to us so that we can breathe with it, see it. Okay, go ahead, straighten the legs. Maybe give them a little wiggle. And we're going to do those poses on the other side, okay? So you can bend the right knee. You can draw the foot in. Remember that if you want, you can pad out. You could also roll the thighs out. I like doing this because it spreads sitting bones. And then remember, you have a choice. So do you want to go over to the right? Do you want to go over to the left? Do you want to reach up? So your energy will flow where your awareness and intention go. So for some of us, we can drop in and be completely still, and for others, a little bit of movement is needed. Keeping the movement and the cycle of breath. So that breath is a really good tool to be able to bring a little bit of harmony between what we're thinking and how we're feeling. So thinking, mind, and physical feelings in the body. Three more breaths. Calm, steady breath. Okay, well done everybody, well done. Slowly allow yourself to rise up and you're going to come into a spinal twist, but you could go over to the left, or it may feel more comforting to go over to the right. Wonderful. Okay, imagine that you breathe in and you get that lift, inhale. As you exhale, little twist. Okay. Coming back to center. So we're going to try and stretch now into the glutes. So go ahead and move the right knee forward a little bit. Bend. Try and bring the knee in a little bit. Now you can either just cross the left shin over, and that might be sensational enough for the hip. Some of you might be lifting the left leg up. Remember, there might be a gap. Okay, so this is called fire log pose. Let's have a look. Some of you may want to come slightly forward as well to feel a little bit more of the sensation. I'm reminded through yoga that it is a devotional practice, and a form of devotion is a form of love. They're one and the same. And it's at times like this, such as the hip work, that it can be quite profound, throwing up a lot of things for us. But just being here and breathing with it is by very definition love. Because you're devoted to it. Not just when it's easy, but when it's challenging. Okay. Slowly start to come up. We're going to take it down towards the ground. So you can lie down. You can have a pillow underneath your head if that will serve. So we're going to do half happy baby. So have the feet on the ground and please lift your right leg up. And you can bend the knee towards you. So you can either grab hold of the knee, back of the knee with the right hand and pull it towards the armpit. Some of you may be grabbing hold of the foot. You choose where you want to go to. And then so that you're working into both sides with the left leg, can you let the left knee fall open? So the left knee is in a half butterfly. And you could take your left hand and press it on the inner left thigh here. Okay. And see, because the spine is on the ground now completely and your knees are moving in opposite directions, breathe all the way down into your root. And as you breathe out, can you let your belly soften? And again, breath in. Let it soften. Breath in. Let it soften. Okay, from here, we're just going to release the right leg. We're going to move the knee over to meet the left. And we're going to take the right arm out to the side. Some of you want to shuffle the hips in, fine. You may want to focus on drawing the knees up or further away. It's a little bit more challenging to breathe in twists. But just having that awareness allows you to breathe through it. It's almost knowing that it's a bit darker and denser allows you to be a bit more light in your perception of it. Okay, everybody. Just going to come back up to center. Feet down on the floor. Maybe you move your hips back into center. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Okay, half happy baby on the left side. So lift the left leg up. You could grab hold of the back of the knee and draw the knee towards the shoulder. Some of you who have are comfortable to grab hold of the feet, so long as the shoulder socket doesn't draw off, you could grab. And then allow the right knee to wing out towards the side. So you're in half butterfly right side, half happy baby on the left side. Again, breathe all the way down into the root. And then as you exhale, let that belly soften. And then again, breath in. And breath out. One more. Exhale. All right, release the knee. Take the left knee over to meet the right. Maybe you have to move the hips a little bit and take your left hand out. If that's too uncomfortable, no problem, just rest it on your rib cage. And then find a position that you can just commit to for the next 3 breaths. And rather than resist it, thinking about what feels stuck, can you think about what feels light? Well done, everybody. Okay. And then you can just come back up. And you choose now, you could stay lying down. We're going to come into the breathing part of our practice. So you could do this lying down, not a problem. Or you can come up to a comfortable seat. It's up to you. I'm going to do it seated, but it's a personal preference thing. Again, make sure that you're in a comfortable seat. Rest your hands, and we're going to use our sense of touch to be aware of our breath in different parts of the body, okay? So we're going to be resting them on our belly. We're going to be resting them on our ribs, side ribs. So you could do it like this, or you could do it like this. And then for the third part, we're going to be resting it just on the collarbones, okay? So if you're ready, close down your eyes. And just follow your breath for a moment. Follow it the way that it comes in through the nose and how it travels down and through you and how it comes back out and out of you. Just watch it. And really, you're not trying to breathe expansively right now. Just breathe completely naturally. We're always trying to change things. What about just embracing it? Just the way your breath is. Because when you do that, you can become aware of its tone. There will be parts of the breath that will feel a little bit more fluid, a little bit easier. There'll be parts of the breath that will feel maybe a little bit strained, a little bit empty. These things will also have an emotional quality. But just breathing through that is a great way to expand your awareness through that. So you can notice the tone of your breath. There'll be parts that feel smooth and parts that will feel sharp. Go ahead and actually start to reduce the breath in. So breathe less now, maybe about half of the capacity. And notice that when you try to do less, you can maybe create a slight evenness and steadiness. Maybe the mind starts to feel a little bit quieter now. And so from this point, if you feel comfortable, go ahead and start to bring a bit more depth and length to your breathing. But you really want to try and keep it steady, balanced, soft and smooth. Now rest your hands on your stomach. And feel that touch, feel that rise and fall. Watching your breath as you breathe in, what happens to your belly, and as you breathe out. Try to relax the belly completely here, so don't force it. There is a muscle here called the diaphragmatic muscle. It's the breathing muscle. Like the heart, it doesn't fatigue. And like the heart, your breath work can strengthen it and soften it. We need both. Balance. Feel the effect, not just physically, but notice how it makes you feel energetically, emotionally. Okay. Rest your hands on your lap for a moment. Take a breath in and breath out. Now, however feels comfortable, place your hands or your fingers on your ribs. And start to breathe here. So notice how the body moves and pulses with your breath. Notice what stretches, what draws in. Notice how it feels when you breathe in. Notice how it feels when you breathe out. Try to drop the judgment. Try to drop creating a story. Just be with the experience because you're breathing with it. And then notice if it's easier to breathe in this area than it was on your stomach, or vice versa. Again, no judgment, just pure awareness and observation. And then on your next breath out, please relax. And again, watch the breath in. And watch the breath out. Take those fingertips and rest them just at the top of your collarbones. And just on the top, these are where our lungs begin. So notice if you can feel anything in correlation and relation to your breath. As you breathe in. And as you breathe out, don't try and look for the answers, just breathe. You know, when the mind is busy or it's attached to something, the best thing that you can do is just relax. There's nothing to attain, nothing to gain. But you can be curious, you can wonder. Do I feel my breath here? Did I feel it more in my lungs, or did I feel it more in my stomach? And then please just release your hands down. So for the last part of the practice, you're going to watch your breath once more. But this time you are going to watch your breath as you breathe in. You're going to watch it go all the way down into your stomach, all the way up through the lungs, till as high as you feel comfortable going. And then you watch the tide turn and the breath leaves you. Lungs, air goes out, belly softens, and that whole process begins again. And then allow your awareness to drift away from that task of watching it travel, and just allow your breath to be breath. That you are right now at one with your breath. It's part of you, it's in you. It just moves naturally through you. We'll take one moment, 1 minute in silence together. You can choose to lie down, or you can choose to stay exactly where you are, or anything else that speaks to you. So before we move on with our day, let's just take a time to let the practices that we've experienced just embed into the central nervous system, into the subtle energy system, into the core of our being, your Shavasana. Okay, wherever you are, just as you are, just take a calm, steady breath in. Then open your mouth. Let the breath leave you without too much force. Do that again. Take a calm, steady breath in. And then let it go. Three's a good number, right? One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Right. Wherever you are, just start to take some movement. So you might start by just rubbing your fingertips together. You may want to move your head from side to side. If you're lying on your back, start to gently come up to a seated position. So we'll meet in a seat. Okay. Release your hands by your side. The breath is going to flow really easily now as you lift your arms up one last time. So breath in. As you exhale, hands to heart center, side out. As you next breathe in, see if you can collect a little bit of energy in your heart. Thank you for your patience, your practice, and your poise. Namaste. Okay, and